All right. I should be live right now. Hopefully everyone's doing well. It's Hoover186 back again with another video. Let me let me quickly do a sound check. Hopefully everything's sounding okay. Quickly do a sound check. All right, we're good there. Let me share this out. Apparently I can't share on Twitter because I guess they're having connection issues with SteamYard. So yeah, that's not great. But let me share this on the Discord. Everyone should know that I'm on right now. Let me see. Oh man, hopefully you guys are doing well. Yeah, I'm a little bit tired. It's been a long couple days as far. It's been a long day period. Um, uh, yeah, it's been a long day, and then truth be told, not too bad overall because the Panthers, they're one win away from going back to the Stanley Cup, so that's good. Um, and we got now we know what the NBA Finals is gonna look like, so that's good. Excuse me. But what wasn't good was this show, and I will explain why in a moment. I just finished up doing finishing touches on sharing. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Actually, hold on a second. Let me see if I can share this on Twitter. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I want to share the video in general on Twitter. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, one moment, guys. I don't know. Okay. I think all right. I should be live on Twitter right now as well. Let me check this. Okay. All right. All right. So, oh man. So if you've been following me on the channel, obviously follow me on here, Hoobie186 on Hoobie186 on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter on Hoobie321. Follow me on my joint channel with Traditionalist 101, the Overrated Podcast. Hopefully we'll be back. Definitely be back this week. If the Panthers win tomorrow, then we can do a show on Monday. I just have to get in contact with him and see if he's ready, if he's okay with a Monday show. But if they lose, and Game 7 is going to be Monday, and I'd much rather just watch the game than concentrate on the podcast. So we can do it Monday if they win. But if they lose, then we'll have to do like another day, like a Wednesday or Thursday or whatever. All this stuff I'll talk to him about. But Thursday around 6 o'clock my time, right? So this Eastern Standard Time. Sony had their state of play, right? I figure it was one of the bigger ones because I don't did they have one earlier this year? I don't know. I don't remember them having one. Yeah, I don't remember them having one this year, but I could be wrong. I've seen ever since they got to this format, they've had some decent state of plays, but I don't think I've ever seen one that was anything worthwhile. Right? There are some that I didn't watch because they were like game specific, and if it was a game I wasn't interested in, I wasn't gonna watch. Which, that's not like that's not hate. That just it just wasn't for me. That's fine. What I watched for 37 minutes was the worst show I've seen from PlayStation in a long, long time. In a long, long time. I have no idea if this is their big showcase or whatever. I have no idea. People saying that there's another showcase that they're gonna have later on this year. I don't know, but what they showed me right here will likely be the worst showcase shown over the summer. You have Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest will definitely be better. Will be better than that. You know what I mean? Xbox's showcase with I don't know. I've kind of tuned out of what Xbox is doing because I mean they're putting their games on PlayStation. There's lots of issues going on with them. Uh, console gaming right now is in the shitter. I'm just gonna come out and say console gaming in general is just in the shitter. Nintendo they're about to release the Switch 2. At least I think it will. Um, Xbox I mean they're pretty much they have their one toe out of the console market, and Sony just puts on shows that are dog shit. You know what I mean? And this show is dog shit. I don't give a shit what anyone has to say about it. Most people I know are saying that this show is garbage. And yeah, this show is garbage. And if you liked it, that's fine. Me, I thought this show was complete and utter horseshit because there was not one game that they showed that I even thought about buying. The only thing that they showed that was anything remotely close to interesting to me was Astrobot, and I'm not buying that game because it's just not the game's not for me. It's a great trailer. Don't get it twisted. It's easily the best thing they showed. But that was their big announcement. You know what I mean? That was their Astrobot. That was their big announcement, and I was like, absolutely. This when the show was over, I literally was like, I just had a blank look on my face. Not one time was I interested. Not one time was was I at least remotely happy with what they showed. They started the show off with Concord. I'll discuss that a little bit later. Um, it's a game that when their last garbage showcase that they had last year came about, they only showed a very no nothing trailer. So now they showed us what it was, and what it basically is. It's a combination of Overwatch and Guardians of the Galaxy. That's pretty what it and knockoff Guardians of the Galaxy. Excuse me. Now, mind you, I like Guardians of the Galaxy. I would probably say it's my favorite Marvel IP that they own. You know what I mean? So I don't. The thing with this game is that it's too blatant of a ripoff. And I don't like saying that, but it's too blatant of a ripoff. You know what I mean? When you're in space, with creatures, they're riffing on each other. It's fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what it is. And then you look at the gameplay. And let me show you the gameplay right now. Excuse me. Uh, it's not right now. So let me. Oh, this is fucking. Oh, not bad. This is an ad. Waiting for this to be done. Okay, so there you have this here. Not bad. Come on. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so they're showing this is the trailer. I know you guys seen it, but I just wanted to play here, just kind of I guess talk about it a little bit. Bro, I hate hero shooters, right? And I was watching BG yesterday. He hit the nail on the head as to why I think he's not a fan of them either. And the reason why I hate hero shooters is I feel like it ironically enough I believe that it takes a lot of creativity out of the game. What I mean by that is that I grew up on shooters like you know Quake. I played Quake when I was younger on dial up. But the first shooters that I really played were games like Redfall. No, not Redfall. Red Fraction. Um, obviously COD later on. Rainbow Six, and a lot of these games. Time splitters. In a lot of these games, you were that person, like with the first person that was you. You know what I mean? How you played was that was you. Like Killzone. Like I'm just naming all the games that I played. You know what I mean? Like you had you had your weapons or whatever. You had a weapon that was your favorite, and you picked the weapon that catered to your play style. Now, the reason why I call this has no style, has no lack creativity, despite the fact that they have characters, despite the fact that they do have I guess a story in the game. The reason why I say that is because you're playing to a character, you're picking a character, and that goes completely counter to how I played first person shooter. It really is it's my main complaint with Battlefield 20. What was that game called? 2048, whatever the fuck it's called. Is my main complaint with that game. And the game in small doses is actually really good. But I don't like the fact that you have these characters that you pick and they have these abilities that you play as. And I'm like, I think BG said it best, and I agree with him 100%. You is the gunplay should be the most important thing when it comes to these type of shooters. The gunplay, not what abilities you have, not what abilities that your character can do and all that other garbage. I don't like that. And another thing I don't like, and they mentioned it here in the game, where they keep they'll add like story elements and story tropes to it. And there's some bullshit like that. I think Destiny does something similar. I if you're not giving me a story in a self-contained single player mode, I don't want to fucking I don't care. I legit don't care. You know what I mean? Like I if you're going to create a story, yeah, I want it to be a self-contained single player experience. Add co-op or whatever. It doesn't matter. But I mean, come on, look at this fucking game. You can't tell me this is not fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, come on, bro. Like this is what you have these people making. Now, mind you, when this game came out, when this game announced their trailer or whatever, this was one of the two studios that they made that they bought, and you know, uh, look, we all know now. Over the past year, they have new CEOs, right? One of them permanent host. I don't remember the other guy's name, right? It's inconsequential to me right now. But obviously, when Jim Ryan was in charge, they were going in a direction where they had what do you call it? They were going more of the route what do you call it? Live service games, right? Obviously, you look at Helldivers. Helldivers has done very well, and but the thing is, Helldivers is an established brand. Like they had a first game. You know what I mean? So they knew what they were doing. They just expanded on what they did in the first game, and that's a success. And I'm happy for it. I'm happy for Arrowhead for their success. Right? It was one of those games that launched simultaneously on PlayStation and PC. They did announce some PC games like God of War coming to PC, Ragnarok, and Until Dawn, which I think is a PC release or whatever. So if you guys PC gamers, you can have that. Um, but they were going in that live service area, right? And Helldivers was a success, and I think they had like 10 games in the pipeline. Now we know a couple of those games have been canceled, and we have this game that's about to release, right? And here's the thing: I'm not saying that I wanted to see this game fail. I'm not saying that, but I think the game's gonna. I think the game's gonna fail miserably. I think it's gonna fail miserably. For one, it looks like Overwatch, and I just feel like people like to me. Here's the thing with me: most games that look like Overwatch slash Fortnite, I don't want to see, and it's not because now I don't mind Fortnite. I don't play it anymore. I don't mind Fortnite. Overwatch, I never got the appeal of. But if you're gonna have these derivative, non like unoriginal hero shooters, then you gotta come correct with something more than this. All right, so Steve, what's going on? I still need you to help me fix my air conditioner. But you said what's wrong with having different characters with different move sets and characteristics? That's not. I mean, if that's what you want in your first person shooter, that's fine. That's not what I want in my first person shooter. I want I want me. I want to dictate how my character plays. I don't want to play with a character because I'll give you an example. Now, Battlefield 2048. I think that's the name of the game, right? I have it on Xbox. And they have like a whole bunch of characters that you pick, and each character has different abilities. Now, one character, I forgot the guy's name. No, and I don't even care. He has the grappling hook, right? Where you can go, you know, use the grappling hook and go vertical. Now, here and that game is a very vertical game. So if I don't pick that character, then I can't use that ability. You know what I mean? And for somebody, and I like, and the way I like playing my games, I don't want to be forced to pick one character to play the way that I want to play. Because for me, I don't play Battlefield that way. You know what I mean? I don't play Battlefield. I don't play Battlefield that way. Maybe I should, but I don't. And a game like that is very big on verticality, where it's not just you're on one side, you're on the other side. Obviously, you have the choppers and the helicopters, all the other stuff that you get to use, and I can use that. And that's fine. That part I don't mind. But when you're on the ground, when you're doing the groundwork, the close quarters combat, right? The game doesn't promote that enough in this game, and that's why I like the Battlefield games on console, because it promoted that. If you wanted to attack people in the air, all right, you can do that. But when it comes to this game, you give characters you give players these characters where, hey, this guy can go in a grappling hook and then he'll just shoot you from above. Anytime you're running, he'll shoot you from above because he had the grappling hook, and the only way that you can combat that is if you pick the same character. And to me, that's garbage. I don't like that. I don't like that. Marvel Rivals gonna eat its lunch. Yeah, it will. It will. It could. You want to know why? Because they have characters, established characters that people care about. No, don't get it twisted. I didn't think nothing in that game either. I thought both games looked like dog shit, but Marvel Rivals looked less like it. But these games all look the same to me. Colorful, bright. You got people doing powers all over the place and all the other shit. Like, it's not what I want in a first-person shooter. If that's what you want, then that's fine. You like, yeah, I think they said it right here. Pre-order starting. Oh, let's see. Starting June 6th, you get early access beta and you get a character. So if that's what you guys want, have at it. I'm not touching that garbage. And then, then when it comes to the show, what else did they show? They had a couple of PC releases. They showed off Silent Hills 2, which looks like garbage. I wasn't gonna buy that game anyway. What else did they show? This was the worst state of play I've ever seen. This is the worst. This is as bad as any presentation PlayStation has shown me. If you want me to give it a score, I give it an F. An F. They didn't show me nothing. So I'm gonna give it nothing. I'm giving it an F. The show sucked. And there's 2 years in a row that this show sucked. And now I'm looking at this year in PlayStation. I'm like, what are we doing here? What do you have to show for someone like me? The rest of this year is a wash. It's basically a wash. So, we don't know what's going to happen after that because they didn't show us. You didn't like Where Winds Meet or Ballad of Antora. If I did, I would talk about it. But clearly, I didn't give a shit, Steve. What, like, you think those are the type of games that I would be interested in? Because trust me, if it was, I would be talking about it. So, yeah, they didn't show anything that I gave a shit about. And now looking at 2025, like we don't. What do we have? What do we have? And listen, PlayStation, they're gonna do fine. Like financially, they're gonna do fine. But as far as what I'm concerned, like the games are not the games that I have to play is not the issue. Like I have plenty of games to play. So when it comes to that, I'm good. I'm talking about the first party games. And maybe it don't even matter anymore because so Microsoft, they don't give a shit. They don't care. You know what I mean? Maybe, like Nintendo, like I don't, like I said, we still don't know anything about the Switch 2. But, we don't know. But I don't get I'm not a fan of their direction. Now at least the one thing I'm happy about, and I don't give a shit about you PC gamers whining and complaining about this, but they did say that when it comes to their first party narrative driven games, those games are going to be PlayStation exclusive. But you see, this is the problem with gamers today. We ask for new IPs, new innovations, and when we get it, we continue to complain about it before even trying it. Steve, it has to be interesting. I'm not going to be okay with, oh, this is a new game. Oh, yay for gaming. No, this shit has to be interesting. if all you're gonna do is follow the same fucking trends over and over again, I'm not interested in your dog shit. And so I'm sorry if the game don't look good, I'm not interested. I have a particular taste in the games that I like, and they didn't show me not one game that looked good yesterday. I mean, yeah, yesterday. Outside of Astrobot, and I'm not buying Astrobot. If I get an opportunity to play it, I'll play it, but I'm not buying that game. I didn't buy PlayStation to play that game. Like I said, it looks cool, especially with the rest of it especially when you have, especially with the dog shit around it, that game stands out. But I'm not going to accept anything just because it's new or innovative. You know what I mean? Like, especially if the innovation ain't worth shit. Like again, they're trying with the VR thing. I'm not interested in VR. I don't have VR. So why should I be excited? You know what I'm saying? Like, why should I be excited? I don't have VR. I'm not buying VR. But they continue to support it. I mean, it is what it is. To me, I want big budget AAA games from your studio, which is why I bought the fucking thing in the first place. You know what I mean? When it comes to like certain stuff like fighting games and stuff like that, I'm good there. You know what I mean? I got Tekken, Street Fighter 6, um, KO, Fatal Fury is gonna come out, before you know it. I'm good there. You're gonna have GT6 coming around the right, hopefully coming on around the way. So when it comes to that, I'm good there. You know what I mean? But when it comes to the first party studios that made your brand, I'm not seeing anything worth anything. The studios that you bought, you either closed them early or you got them making this garbage, Concord. Yeah, so I'm not excited, but at least they're keeping some of their games exclusive, and I'm happy about that at least. But is that going to be the case forever? Because I stated this from day one. The minute all their games go to PC is going to be the last time I buy a PlayStation. The last time. But it looks like they're committed to, if you're going to bring, your multiplayer games on PC, I can live with that. If you want to bring those, God of War and Spider-Man on PC a year down the road, I can live with that. As long as there's some value to having the console, I'm good. But if there isn't, then there's no fucking way that thing's staying in my house. There's no fucking way that thing's staying in my house. You know what I mean? And like I said, I have tons of games to play, so I'm fine. But like I said, this state of play was garbage. It was an F. That show sucked. Like, there's no sugarcoating it. Like I said, remember what you said. Gameplay is most important, right? And I think they want to try to have a diverse audience. That's why you have Astrobot in that Infinite Nick game. No, Steve, I don't have a problem with the diversity of the game. The problem is that none of those games I was interested in. And Steve, if there was something that I was interested in, I would talk about it. Like, this is point blank period. If there was something that interested me about the showcase, I would talk about it. But nothing did. There was nothing there that was interesting to me. It's just a bunch of dog shit that I don't play. Gameplay, styles, for Joe. I'm sure that showcase was a lot better for him than it was for me. Some of those games do appeal to him. Same thing with you. Those games don't appeal to me. It just doesn't. So again, they can have the diverse audiences, they can have all the other stuff all they want, but if the game don't interest me, I ain't touching it. I'm not touching it, man. Like, bro, like I'm not touching it, man. And we still don't know what their big first party studios are doing. We still don't know. I feel like it's been like a year and a half or so. We don't know. And like I said before, I get it. Some of them are doing other stuff. I don't mind that. You know, if Sony is banking on some of these third party deals, in a way, that don't even bother me either. But the games have to be interesting. If they're not interesting, then I'm not playing those games. I'm not playing those games. But as long as I have the games that I have and a couple other games I'm gonna be buying soon, then I'll be fine. I'll be totally fine. Be totally fine. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess for me, my biggest disappointment is that you have one company that's literally out the door when it comes to third party competing in the third party not for in the console space in Microsoft, and the other company is Sony, who's just like, all right, whatever, fuck it, we're just gonna give you we're just gonna show you the dog shit that we have, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like that. And as someone who values console gaming, is disappointing. It just simply is disappointing to see that we have two companies going in different directions, but in the same time giving us I guess you could say giving us dog shit. You know what I mean? Like I said, let me address this real quick. Hellblade came out last week. Anybody who says that, I seen this one Xbox dude. I'm not even gonna mention his name because he's completely irrelevant. But he said he had the nerve to give Hellblade 2 a 9, but he goes out of his way to say that God of War is boring. Now I've seen gameplay of Hellblade and Hellblade 2. If you think that game is more exciting than God of War, then you're either a fanboy or you're riding the short bus. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Signed that PC content contract yet from Double Shooter? No, not yet. Because here's the thing: Sony said that our first party AAA story driven games, those are staying on PlayStation exclusively. At least they'll come out first on PlayStation. And yeah, I guess I'm okay with that. I guess. Like I said, I'm not gonna take their word for it. But as long as you have a reason to have a PlayStation, I'll keep it. Cause I mean, truth be told, that is where I do most of my gaming anyway. Like I barely touch my Switch, and I barely touch my Xbox. So most of the games I play on PlayStation. But if Sony give me a reason, yeah, I'm gonna sign that contract so fast. Yeah, I'm gonna sign that contract. But I guess that's it, man. I don't really have much else to say. Um, I don't know what the future holds for Sony as far as me is concerned. Because I like I said, I don't care about how much money they make. I don't care about none of that. I don't work for the company. I can only go by if I'm enjoying the brand, if I'm enjoying your console. And for the most part, I am. But I look at the games I have right now. Tekken 8, that's third party, right? Like I play 2K, So hold on, let me see. Sony can say the sky is blue and grass is green, and I have to double check myself. Sony lost my trust. Bro, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. And I'm all about results, right? Like just I don't care what you try to sell me. Just show me the results. Show me the goods. And I don't blame you for not trusting them because I don't trust them. But I don't trust corporations. But I'm a results type of guy. If you give me good games, then I like your product. That's all I care about. What's your issue with meat? That game more up your alley, sword fighting, and game looks good. I have like I do I play every sword fighting game? No, I don't. I don't. I like man. It's a bit hard for me to explain. But dude, Steve, if I was interested in the game, I would tell you I was interested in the game. I'm not saying the game looks bad. I'm just saying that it just don't interest me. It doesn't grab me. It does nothing for me. You know what I mean? Like I just it just doesn't do it for me. I didn't look at it and be like, oh my god, that game looks good. I did that with Wulong a long time ago. I did it with Ghost of Tsushima. But there's other games that I didn't do it to, like Sekiro. I think that was called. I don't care about Sekiro. I'm not saying the game bad. It was actually by most people it was a great game. But I didn't give a shit about Sekiro. You know what I mean? Like there's some games that interest me. There's some games that don't. So back to what I was saying. Like I I don't know. Um, like I said, I don't know what they're doing. Like I don't know what they're doing, and them making money has no positive effect on me. I don't care how much money they make. I care about the product themselves. If the product is good, I'll buy your product. So, like I said, the direction that they're going in, like, like I said, okay, oh yeah, I know what I was doing. Like I said, Tekken, that's third party. Call of Duty. I'm in and out of that. SF Street Fighter 6 third party, and but everything else I play are exclusives. You know what I mean? Like God of War, I'm almost done with that. Spider Man, I'm almost done with that. Um, you know what I mean? Like Gran Turismo, I always play that. I play that on occasion. So as far as like gaming goes, I'm fine. The problem is that what's gonna happen 2 years from now when what's gonna happen then? What's going on with gaming with console gaming basically? Are we gonna are we at a point where the only game that are made are games that look like Fortnite and Overwatch, and the only game that are made are games that we can make money off of for long periods of time? Yeah, I mean, like that's what I'm trying to understand because I that's the only game that I feel like, and that's the only game that I feel like we're seeing now. It's like it's the only game that we're getting, and that's what it feels like to me. And bro, these games don't interest me, bro. These games don't interest me. It's frustrating. And like I said, as long as I have games to play, we're good. As long as I have games to play, we're good. But when I don't, Let me read from Steve. Steve said, but giving it an F is messed up. Even if you don't like those games, they are new. They are new. They show gameplay footage, so at least give credit that they show something. They didn't show me shit, man. Just because they actually show something doesn't mean that it's anything that I'm interested in. I'm not grading the show based off of presentation. I'm basing it based on if I want to play those games or not. And I did not want to play not one fucking game at that conference. Not one. So why should I give it what? So why should I give it a passing grade? That show was garbage. And I have no interest in. I wasted 37 minutes of my life watching garbage. That's what that was. At least to me now, if you like it, you like it. That's fine. I thought that show was garbage, so I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it the show. I'm gonna give it the grade that show deserved, and that's enough. I don't care if it's new. I don't even care if they show gameplay footage. Like the gameplay footage don't mean nothing if the game looks like dog shit, and most of those games don't look good to me. But the most important thing, show me what your first party is doing. And admittedly, one showing Astrobot looked good. It looked good, but I don't play Astrobot. That's not the type of game that I'm into. But at least their trailer was good. Concord looked like dog shit, and everything else that they showed didn't look good or don't interest me. It just was, dude. It just wasn't a good show, man. It just wasn't a good show. And we're going on 2 years on this. Like, and I get it. You know, I know development time is a lot longer now. I get it, but bro, like these showcase, like if you're going to ask people to watch your show, you gotta make the show at least interesting, and that show is not interesting, at least not to me. At least not to me. So on that note, I do need to get out of here, man. Thank you guys for watching Traditionalist, Double Shooter, Joe. Thank you guys for watching. Um, like just comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. All right. Have a good night, you guys.